Only $30, that's often the cost for a dental checkup and the cavity filling in Japan. But here is the strange reality. Most Japanese people don't go to the dentist regularly. As a Japanese person, I'll explain this paradox. Why is treatment so cheap and why do Japanese people don't go for regular checkups? One of the main reasons dental treatment in Japan is relatively affordable is the public health insurance system. Basic dental treatments, such as cavity treatment or gum disease care, are usually covered by insurance. Because of this, patients typically only pay about 30% of the total cost out of pocket. So even if you include the consultation fee and simple procedures, one visit often ends up costing just a few thousand yen. That said, dental treatment doesn't always finish in one visit. In some cases, especially with cavities, you may need to go back several times to complete the treatment. In my own case, when I had a cavity treated, the total cost, including the consultations, x-rays, and basic treatment, came to around 3,000 yen. I also go for regular dental checkups and cleanings, and those are covered by insurance as well, usually costing around the same amount. How much does dental treatment or a routine checkup cost in your country? I'd love to hear about your experience in the comments. Of course, not all dental treatments in Japan are inexpensive. Public insurance mainly covers treatments that are considered necessary for restoring basic function. For example, silver fillings or metal crowns are usually covered. However, treatments that focus more on appearance, such as white, natural-looking materials, are often not covered and must be paid for out of pocket. Orthodontic treatment is one of the biggest examples of this. In Japan, orthodontics are not very common. That's mainly because they are not covered by public insurance, and the cost can easily reach several hundred thousand yen. When you're used to paying just a few thousand yen for cavities or regular checkups, paying hundreds of thousands of yen for orthodontics treatment feels like a huge jump. For many people, that difference alone is enough to make orthodontics feel unrealistic. This might help explain why. Let me share my own experience with orthodontic treatment. I had orthodontic treatment in Japan, and the total cost came to around 800,000 yen. Since orthodontic treatment is not covered by public health insurance, this was entirely out of pocket. Or some tax deductions are available, it was still a very large expense. In reality, there were additional costs beyond just the braces themselves. I needed tooth extractions, examinations, and other treatments before the orthodontic process even began. It ended up requiring much more time, effort, and money than I had expected. On top of that, orthodontic treatment often requires wearing braces for 2 to 4 years. Taking all of this into account, I remember thinking, now I understand why orthodontic treatment isn't very common in Japan. This is where things get interesting. When it comes to when Japanese people actually go to the dentist, to be honest, not many people go just because it's time for a regular checkup. Most people only decide to visit a dentist when they start feeling pain, sensitivity, or some kind of discomfort. Looking at people around me, only a small number go for regular checkups. Many people visit the dentist only when a problem comes up. Personally, I do go for regular checkups. But since dental treatment itself is relatively affordable in Japan, I think awareness around the preventive care might be a bit lower compared to some other countries. In your country, Are regular dental checkups common? Or do people usually go to the dentist only when something goes wrong? Please share your thoughts in the comments. In Japan, dentists are very easy to find. Dental clinics are located in residential neighborhoods, near train stations, and in many other convenient places. You might have heard that Japan has a surprisingly large number of dentists, and that's true. Dentists are not rare at all here. However, just because there are many dental clinics doesn't mean people visit them frequently. The environment makes it easy to go to the dentist whenever you want. But in reality, most people only go when they feel they need to. This balance, I think, perfectly illustrates the reality of dental care in Japan. For example, near my home alone, there are about 9 dental clinics within walking distance. That's actually more than the number of convenience stores in the same area. Most dental clinics in Japan operate on an appointment-based system. If you make a reservation in advance, the waiting time is usually quite short, and you're often seen close to your scheduled time. In my experience, when I have an appointment, I usually don't have to wait long at all before the treatment begins. That said, some clinics do accept walking-in patients. However, whether or not you have an appointment makes a big difference in waiting time. Once when I suddenly had a toothache, I went to a familiar local clinic without a reservation, but I ended up waiting for more than 2 hours. In that case, one dentist was treating multiple patients at the same time, moving back and forth between them, so the overall process took much longer. In this video, I talked about how dental care is actually used in Japan, along with some of the cultural background behind it. There are many dental clinics. Waiting times are short if you make an appointment, and treatment is relatively affordable. Even so, many people don't go to the dentist regularly for checkups. One possible reason is that dental treatment is affordable enough that people think, I'm fine for now, I'll go if something happens. Going forward, I'll continue sharing my own experiences while explaining different aspects of life and systems in Japan. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover, feel free to let me know. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions, or if you'd like to share your own experiences, please feel free to leave a comment below. I always enjoy reading your messages and hearing your perspective. Your feedback really helps me improve, not just with my videos, but with my English too. See you next time.